Hello and welcome back to Pod Popper's Place and another Embossing Folder Friday. This month we're doing masculine cards, so I'm going to use this design that looks kind of like Dad's sweater and matches this old stamp set from Stampin' Up! That says Dad, and I'm going to use some FSJ stamps from Spellbinders. I have a old Big Shot, and as you can see on those couple of edges, some of them are not pressing right. One side was not pressing evenly, so I ended up getting a new Big Shot, and you can see it has a nice clean even press. I decided to just tap on some ink onto the raised embossing folder just to give it a little more dimension, and then I use this arrow punch that's going to give it just a little straight V out of the top, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into what looks like kind of like a shirt of a man's shirt. I'm going to make this birthday card for my dad. So the set has a bunch of different manly type stamp sets, and I'm going to use the little tiny bow tie, and I know it's kind of small, but it just gives the impression that this is kind of looking like a shirt. So I stamped these out, and initially I stamped the watch and the hat in brown. I ended up going back and changing those and doing some in black instead because the brown just didn't mix with the gray. But for some reason, I always see these two items as more of a brown color. And then I put some double-sided adhesive tape onto a white background, some white cardstock. And then I'm getting my thin Sizzix die letters, and I'm going to cut out the word happy, and then I'm going to use my birthday sentiments die from Honeybee Stamps and use that for the birthday part, and then the dad will be the stamp from Stampin' Up! And I just hand cut that one out because I do not have a die for that one. And I just use my T-ruler to try to line those up as best as I can to get them straight, and I do have to kind of poke them out to get them out of the thin dies there, but because I use the double-sided adhesive paper, it sticks right away to the paper, so I do like that when I'm using these thin dies to use the double-sided adhesive just so that they kind of pop out and right onto the paper there. I really love how the dad looks like the same Argyle sweater as the embossing folder, and it really reminds me of my dad. He's in his 70s. He doesn't really wear those kinds of shirts, but just warm and comfy and cozy is kind of what I think of when I see these kinds of designs. And the birthday sentiment die is from Honeybee Stamps, like I said, and it comes in several pieces. So there's actually a third die that goes with it, but it has like some dotted detail to it and gives it a larger shadow. And I just didn't feel like that was a necessary part and didn't really match the design I was going for here. So I used the round corner punch to just kind of round the edges so it looks more like a shirt with the shoulders, and then I cut out the manly stamps with their dies, and that's when I decided that I didn't really like the brown, and I went ahead and cut them out of the black and stamped them out of the black as well. And then I popped up the birthday part over the happy, and then I'm putting the dad directly onto the paper, and then I will figure out where I want to place those extra pieces. And then I decided to cut a kind of a silver metallic gray for the back of the shirt, the actual shirt part. And so once I get this fitted to the right size, I mark the center of the V just with a pencil, and then I cut a straight line so that that opens up. And then I'm going to use my scoreboard to put some lines in there, and I wanted to line it up well, so I counted about 4 spaces over, marked those, and then used the lines on the scoreboard to crease those evenly, and it made it really well. If I would have tried to do this without the board, I definitely would have not made them straight. So I was happy that I was able to figure out how to do this and make the lines really nice and straight and even. And so I just end up folding those down so it looks like the open top of a shirt. I used a pen and just colored in some of the edging right around the collar there because the white was really kind of standing out, and I wanted to look a little more finished, polished. And then I just start gluing everything together. I put my shirt layer down, and then I put my sweater layer on top of that, and then I am going to add my watch and my little bow tie and the eyeglasses and the hat. And I really love how this turned out. I think it's super cute. The little bow tie I popped up a little bit just so it doesn't completely flatten the collar, and everything else I glued straight down, so there wasn't too much that was sticking out. And then for just a little bit of embellishments, I add some black sequins at the end. And I'm just really happy with how this turned out. I hope my dad's gonna really like it. I think it's a fun masculine card, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. And I did add some little bit of shading at the end also on the hat brim, and I added some shading onto the eyeglasses and the watch, as well as some silver details and some silver pen on the watch, and also some glaze on the eyeglasses to kind of reflect it, look like, you know, glasses. And then I did add some white gel detailing as well. So anyway, that's my finished card. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will check out all the other contributors to the Embossing Folder Friday Hop. We do this once a month on the second Friday of the month, and our goal is to use those embossing folders that kind of collect dust sometimes that we forget about, and try something new with them. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I would love it if you would subscribe and give me a like. And I would hope that you would come again next time. And if you're a creator and would like to join us, please comment below, and I'd be happy to give you all the details. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.